Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 715. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper, which I invite you to check out at durhamskywriter.com. And with Bull City Hangout, basically I tell you what's happened today in Durham, and then I invite you to join me on camera and hang out, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. As always, we're going to start with the School Tools page. You go to durhamskywriter.com, scroll down or click on School Tools. It is lunchtime, so if you are in need, it's hard to feed the young folks. Young people ages 18 and under can get free bag lunches from these particular schools that I'll be reading from. You just go to your nearest school. The addresses can be found right there on the School Tools page. So you have until 12. Oh, want to mention adults can get non-perishable food supplies. Yes. So you have until 12:30 to get to Bethesda, Eno Valley, Githens, RN Harris, Hillside High, Parkwood, or Sandy Ridge. Then you have until 1:30 to get to Burton, Lakeview, Shepherd, Southern High, or Southwest. All right. Okay, now I've been telling you about the partnership of Chicken Hut and Healthy Start Academy. So you can go in, get your buffet lunch from Chicken Hut, of course. But if you are in need, you can stop in. And people from Healthy Start Academy are right there inside Chicken Hut giving away free lunches for young people who are in need. So I think that's really wonderful. While supplies last, so Jeff said maybe between 1:30 and 2 is when they run out. So be sure to get there right after noon. It starts at noon. Ends at between 1:30 and 2. All righty, and let's see, don't forget to sign up, Universal Pre-K for the young folks, the link, or for the kiddies, I should say. The links that you need in English or Spanish can be found on the School Tools page. Now, the Durham Association of Educators, they're hosting something called Juntos en la Lucha, Foro Comunitario Digital, and that means Together in the Fight, Digital Community Forum. Obviously, this is going to be in Spanish. This is a very important meeting that will be held today from 7 until 9 online. Topics to be discussed will include COVID-19, plans to open the schools, etc., etc. It's a Zoom meeting, and the link that you need, again, right there on the School Tools page. All righty, now we've been talking about the schools opening and about how Governor Roy Cooper was going to choose either Plan A, B, or C for the schools to reopen. And I told you, and in the article that I wrote on the School Tools page, Durham chose Plan B, but we had to wait to see what Governor Cooper was going to choose. He chose Plan B for the state. I won't explain it here because I would be pretty long-winded in doing so. I don't want to waste your time. Instead, just go to the School Tools page and read up on how the schools will reopen. I think opening day is August 17th, if I'm not mistaken. Karen Fern, how are you? Follow Karen Fern if you need to know about business, making money, and how to make money while running a business. Definitely. And Karen, feel free to jump in after I read these announcements. That would be super awesome. Okay, now here's the update. So 2 updates. So the deadline for signing up your kiddies from kindergarten to 8th grade, that has been extended to next Wednesday. And then I have a link also for enrolling all of the students in school. The second thing that I wanted to announce is that there's going to be an Ignite Online Academy virtual open house information session. That is going to be today, starting at 5:30. Let me get the time right. Let me get it right. Let me make sure I have it right. Let's see. Okay, wait. Yes, 5:30, because there's going to be another one on July 20th, which is Monday at 6:30. I wanted to make sure that I had the right time. So again, the link that you need can be found on the School Tools page. You don't have to sign up, you just watch. Just find out. Now, just to let you know, I'm sure all the parents know, but people like me who are not mommies might not realize what Ignite's all about. Ignite Online Academy is for students K through 8. The way Plan B works, I said I wasn't going to explain it, but real quick. So The high school students will be taught at home remotely. So 50% capacity in the elementary and middle schools means that they'll be using the buildings, the high school buildings, to house some of the students. Anyway, it sounds wild, but it's what they got to keep the kids safe. I mean, they have to go to school somehow. Anyway, it will be discussed tonight at 5:30, and that is for parents who don't want their kids to go to school and instead to stay home and get their education online. That's what Ignite Online Academy is all about. You can find out about it at 5:30. I think they're doing their best. No more editorializing. Let me continue. Moorhead Planetarium has this wonderful program called Moorhead at Home, where you can learn about science in the privacy of your own home. It's really fun. So tomorrow is the 16th. I thought they had something tomorrow. Yes, 10 o'clock to 10:30, Solar System Odyssey, where you can take a tour of the Milky Way, explore our planetary neighbors. Again, that is tomorrow from 10 until 10:30. Be sure to tune in. And then there's an extra where you can click on the link that's on the School Tools page and watch a video called Solar System Odyssey. All right, so let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. One item there that I wanted to remind you about, this is for nonprofits only, but Durham County will be giving away face masks for nonprofits that operate within Durham County. So they have enough, at least for now, they have enough for you, your staff, your volunteers, and maybe even for some of the people that you serve. So be sure to go online and apply for that. You'll have to pick up the face masks at the Durham Convention Center. I'm sure it's no big deal. I hope it isn't. So just go to the To Your Health page for information on that. Also, that's it for the To Your Health page. I just wanted to mention, though, that the old Walgreens on Guest Road and 6 different CVS pharmacies are offering free drive-through COVID-19 coronavirus testing. You have to apply online. Read all about it on the To Your Health page. Okay, let's go to the Senior Scope page. No, let's go to the Word page. That's the nonprofit and governmental information page. Here are the 27 choices that you can choose from for the I Voted sticker contest put on by the Durham County Board of Elections. Obviously, the competition is over. These are the 27 winners. So the final winner will be chosen by we, the people. Today is the deadline for voting. And whoever wins, that will be the sticker that we will be putting on our lapels when we vote in November. All right, let's see. Now, I just wanted to mention, I won't go into detail, but Durham County has emergency funds for people who are affected by COVID-19 in terms of their jobs or whatever. So for people who can't make their rent, people having trouble making their mortgage payments, contact the county, read about it on the Word page, and get the help that you need and that you deserve. Also, the city of Durham has a water hardship fund where you can get help. $240 put on your account to help you, or up to $240 to help catch you up with your water bill if you've fallen behind. Okay, so definitely check that out on the Word page. Okay, so the police have been in the, they've been discussed. They've been in the news. So we want hip, efficient, nice, effective, fair police officers. So here's the thing. The Durham Police Department, they're recruiting. So today and tomorrow is the last day for testing of candidates to enter the Law Enforcement Training Academy. It's going to be in September. So if you've been thinking about maybe becoming a police officer, make that decision because you have today and tomorrow. The method for, to get the ball rolling can be found on the Word page. Scroll down to Durham Police Department and read all about that. Okay, there's some classes I wanted to tell you about. Yes. Durham Technical Community College Small Business Center has wonderful free webinars. I mean, really incredible information that they just give away for free. I don't know how they do it, but they do it, and they do it every week. So let's see what's going on. The 15th, which is today, Bootstrap Marketing. Ooh, that's going on right now. So if you want to leave now and come back and watch the replay, I don't mind, because I do so if I were you. But let me just tell you, bootstrap marketing, noon until 1:15, and then marketing outside the box, inclusive marketing. That is later on this afternoon. That's at 12:30, 12:30 to 1:30. And then at 3 o'clock, using analytics to develop your business platform. I don't know what that means, but it sounds interesting. Also, 5:30, how to start and grow an arts and crafts business in the North Carolina mountains. Even if you're not in the mountains, check it out anyway, because selling arts and crafts online is the way to go for a lot of us. In fact, I'm thinking about doing it, and I think a lot of us need to think about using our skills, selling t-shirts, et cetera, et cetera. So even if it's aimed at people out west, that's okay. I would watch it anyway, because information is information. Also, later tonight at 6 o'clock, LinkedIn strategies for your small business online. And like my friend Alice Fuller says, don't sleep on LinkedIn. That's a very powerful platform. Last but not least, at 6:30, how to start a home-based business. You have to stay at home anyway, right? So definitely watch that one. That's from 6:30 to 8:30. You can sign up at any time. Just go to the word page, sign up real quick, and then attend tonight. It's going to be free, of course, and it's going to be online and extremely useful. Okay, last but not least, let's see, New Visions of Africa. The weekdays, they're right next door to W.D. Hill on Fayetteville Street. They give away free meals from 3 to 6, from 3 until 6. So be sure if you are in need to stop by, and you will not be served if you're not wearing a mask. Please wear it. And speaking of masks, right when I was going on the air, there was a headline. I just jotted it down. So Walmart, they're requiring now face masks in all of the stores in the United States. And I think they got tired of seeing all those crazy Facebook and YouTube videos of people totally freaking out when asked to wear a mask. So now they are required all over the country. There you go. Just saying. Okay, now let's go to the Senior Scope page. That's the page for people in my age group, age 55 and up. Super important. So tomorrow only, I should say Thursdays only. In this case, people ages 50 and up. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think this is for people. Oh, I'm wrong. I am wrong. 60 and up for this particular program. So you must be at least age 60 to get a free fan. They have summer fan program going on Thursdays that you can get a free box fan. I got mine last week and it's wonderful. And they're beautiful. They're by the I think it's called Teletech company. Anyway, I use their space heaters, and it's a wonderful, wonderful fan. I've been using it all week. So be sure to get yours. So you have to stop in, okay? 10:30, let me make sure, 10:30 to 11:30. Yes, between 10:30 and 11:30. 3 things you must fulfill. You must have your ID, photo ID. You must be age 60 or older, and you can't have received one last year. Also, if you are age 59 and under, you can get a fan too, but you must bring a medical doctor's letter explaining why, like, your medical condition or whatever. Also, they have just a few air conditioners. Some people have medical conditions where the heat you just can't handle it. So if you are really, really in need of an air conditioner due to a medical condition, bring your a letter from your medical doctor. And they only have a few, first come, first serve, so get that letter and get your air conditioning. There you go. That is it for the senior page. And there's just a couple of items on the Let's Go page. That's the calendar of events page. So, with today being Wednesday, ICNA Relief and Jamaat Ibad al-Rahman, they have a drive-through free produce pickup. So that's wonderful. I got a box full of produce. I mean, when you drive up, they had young people directing traffic. They ask you how many people are in your household. I said 1, of course. They gave me this big old box just full of great stuff. In fact, I made a video about it. Was that last week or two weeks ago, I think it was. So yeah, definitely. Starting at 2 o'clock, and I think they'll be out there for like a couple of hours. And this is only, by the way, the masjid on Fayetteville Street, not the one in Parkwood, just the one on Facebook. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, ooh, wait a minute. It's not about Shirlette Ammons, didn't it? So Duke Performances and WXDU, they're co-hosting Music in Your Gardens, usually happens in Duke Gardens. Now it's online, of course. So musician and poet Shirlette Ammons will be in concert today or tonight from 7 until 8. Be sure to check that out. I have not seen Shirlette Ammons in a minute, so be sure to check that out. You can watch the free concert from the Duke Performance website or their YouTube page. Both links are right there on the Let's Go page. I will definitely be checking that out for sure. I think that's pretty much it. So the weather report, I'm starting to feel the humidity. When I first started taking notes, I was like, it doesn't feel like 90. Oh, it feels like 90 now because the sun just came out. It's 90, it's sunny, it is humid out there. It's going all the way up to 91, partly sunny, and then tomorrow it will be the same, 91 and partly sunny. So if anybody wants to jump in, oh, I didn't see these notes from Karen. School opening in August. Well, for Durham, I know you're in Canada, Karen. I think August 17th is our first opening day for school. I don't know what it is. Which province are you in, Karen? Are you in, I think you're in, not Manitoba. What's the other one? Alberta, I think? Not sure. Oh, Coach Karen is here to answer our questions. Let us welcome Coach Karen.
I love this little tune when you play. I'm busy. Yeah, it's so cute.
So how are you, Coach Karen?
I am great. I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto, Ontario. Okay. Oh, Ryan is in Alberta. You're in Ontario. Okay.
I'm in Ontario. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought I'd pop on because I hear you talking something. I know I'm not there, but I was just like, in August? Is this going to open in September? But oh yeah, some parts of the States, they do open in August, and in England, they open in August.
Actually, well, I'm from Chicago, and usually, I don't know if it's still that way, but school starts Wednesday after Labor Day, which is nice because you always know when school's going to start. Whenever Labor Day hits, you know, you only have one more day of freedom.
And there you're.
Then school starts.
Yeah, England, they don't have a lot of time off. They're only off for a month. Yeah, they finish in June. They're only off in,
1 month.
1 month.
Oh wow, that's kind of sad. In a way,
you know why it's not bad? Because
what?
you know why it's not bad. Come home, it's 2 months. In Guyana, it used to be 2 months. But the difference here, and when my kid first came, and I had my others, I used to bug the teacher. I'm like, what nonsense is this? They're nothing. Because home, when you come off in June, you send home with this much of work.
You send them home with work?
Oh, yeah. So when you come back, our teachers believe that you can't slack off. They don't care if you go on a vacation for a week or two, but they're like, your brain needs to keep functioning. So when you come back ready. And most classes, even from primary up, when you come back, the day you come back, you're coming back with a book report, with a report on your vacation, what you did. You need to write up. It's a report got to come back in. Because I never used to get to go anywhere.
They used to do that when I was a kid. What I did on my summer vacation.
Yeah, you got to write it up, and you got to look good. It better be spell checked and the whole 9 yards.
But you know there is something called summer slide, and summer slide happens when your child has not read for a couple of months. They can actually lose 2 months worth of education.
I guess that's what my teachers didn't want to happen. Right. So everybody send you away with a stack of stuff to do, and you could spread it out. It's not as much as what school is, but you could. Yeah, I remember the first time I don't go anywhere. I can't write about anything. And my teacher at the time, he says, "Okay, Karen," it was a lady. She said, "You know what? You're gonna go home and dream about something you would have done, and because you didn't been there, you can write anything you want."
Why not?
I wasn't getting away with it, and she wasn't having it. So I still have to go write it. So I never tried it again.
I feel two ways about summer vacation. I mean, let's see, when I was a kid, my mom was a teacher. And back in the 1960s, when I was a little kid, teachers were only paid when they worked. So the summers were very hard for teachers.
They weren't paid in the summer?
No. So some teachers would go on unemployment. Some would get part-time jobs, whatever. And my dad, not to put all his business out in the street, but he was making like minimum wage. So, and then my mom wasn't getting paid. So summers were kind of rough.
That was hard. So, I mean, I'm surprised because even in Guyana, teachers are paid through the summer.
Well, it's different now. It's different now.
Yeah. Okay.
But we could only afford to have a real vacation. I think I can remember one vacation when we came down here to North Carolina, where I live now, to visit my mom's family. We came down here when I was, I think, 2 or 3 or 4. And then again when I was 9. And then not again until I was a teenager. Like I said, we didn't have a lot of money. So I feel kind of bad for families that, where the kids stay at home. I mean, I've known some kids where the parents had to work, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
we never went anywhere.
The cool thing about my family, with my mom being a teacher, she was home during the day. We were not really supervised, but she was home.
She was home. That's it.
But I feel sorry for families where the parents have to work and then they tell their kids to stay in all day until they get home. Yeah. And then the kids are sitting watching TV for 2 months.
Yeah. We didn't have that growing up. And most people at home would send the kids in the country for the summer because, most people got family in the countryside. And most kids enjoy it because they live in town and they're going among the trees. They getting to swim. They're meeting their cousins that maybe for the first time sometimes. And they're learning either farm life or something that is fascinating. At least my friends used to come back really happy that they went.
I agree with you because I've known so many kids who did go back to the South. Like I said, I grew up in Chicago and most of our grandparents were still in the South. Right. Not all, but most. And so a lot of the kids would go to the South for and some would go back to, Puerto Rico, wherever their families were, Puerto Rico, and, for the whole summer, which is cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
They come back and enjoy themselves. So I really popped on because I said, let me come on and see if Pat did the stuff that she was going to do. Did you do it?
Oh, well, as far as my home improvement efforts?
No. Remember, because you're not doing anything with the paper right now. You're not charging, so you were gonna figure out how you're gonna do it.
Well, don't say I'm not doing. I mean, the paper is still online. I update it every day.
You're not paid for the ads now.
Yeah, in terms of the ads, what I decided to do was wait because right now, people are up in arms about what they're going to do with their kids in terms of school. That's only 1 more month. I mean, I could survive another couple months with no income. Well, I'll do my best. But here's the thing. I am targeting certain entities with packages. So I haven't heard back yet because I haven't approached most of the ones that are on my list. Maybe just 1 or 2.
No, you got to get to it.
Yeah. But right now, yes, you're right.
You gotta get to it, Pat. Facebook is still running ads. People are still running ads. All the Google didn't stop running ads. No, the newspaper that comes to my house still run ads.
Yeah, and you're right.
They still run ads. I mean, I get my start with one of my businesses with the newspaper. I don't run there anymore, but it's not valid anymore. But people still running ads, painting people, and they know they can't go as much. Electrician. I don't see any cleaning company at the moment. But people are still running ads.
Yeah. I'm making my hit list as we speak. And there are certain entities that I will definitely approach. I just haven't done it. I'm still making up my package because I'm trying to figure out. I was inspired by what you said in terms of including social media in the package. So and
you can definitely do that. Remember, I heard you talking about the free stuff that Durham is giving, and you're like, I don't know how they're doing it. They're doing it because what you learning those things, unless you're really savvy, it's hard to take it and do anything with. Let me just say, Clear.
Mhm.
Period.
Mhm.
If you don't know what you're doing, when you leave, I remember when I first started going network meetup, the government offered these things and stuff. Hi, Trace.
Hey, Tachi.
Archie.
And if you want to join us,
Yeah.
just go to Facebook, on the link, and just remind people that Media Scope, Tachi's show, which is all about social media and pop culture, is
Yeah, she's
tonight.
on with the districts.
Oh
Friday.
yeah, she's right on Fridays, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's tonight at 6:30 on Facebook and
Mm.
LinkedIn and Periscope. Yeah, join us if you like.
Yeah.
Oh, and Barb's here too. Hey, Barb.
All right.
So let me put her. She's saying that her favorite social influencers are reporting that Facebook ads are working too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing lots of Facebook ads.
And when you are going, and if you I especially went to this sales seminar years ago, and the majority of people in there wasn't doing anything with it when they left because they didn't know how to work it. Because we don't know certain steps, you kind of fall off. That's what I find with things that is given away for free. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying that at some point you got to start. You know the funnel, right? And you kind of work your way down. So there's some little dribbles that is getting through the funnel into something. And never ever, you know this part, never ever wait until you in need of it. The reason you couldn't get a bank loan is because you got no money. If you got money, they want to give you money. When you have no money, nobody want to give you any money. And if you make a little bit of money, people want to give you money.
I understand that. And you know what? When I look at some of these Facebook ads, some of them do look desperate because some of their prices are way inflated. They're selling products that are just, they might be good products, but the prices are just way out of line. And I
most
think
Facebook ads don't run big number. When they're got ads going, the number is not that big.
Well, the prices are astronomical. I wonder if Facebook takes some of their cut of their income. I don't know.
You got to pay for your ads. Facebook, I run ads.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, well maybe that's what they're doing. But
You
still,
run ads, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, but still, you shouldn't try to rip people. I'm not saying people are being ripped off, but I mean, if something is, I saw something that I know is $30.
Okay.
Because I bought
you mean a
one.
product?
A product. I know it's $30 because I bought one. I know what the competitors' prices are for this product. I saw an ad on Facebook there. It was $59, and I was like, no, that should be $30.
Yeah.
Why is it $59 just because it's on Facebook?
No, because every store sells differently. Every store you go
to. This particular product.
It sell everywhere for $30?
Yes. If it's not 30, it's like 29, 32, maybe 27, but not 59. I'm sorry. No.
Somebody gonna buy it, my dear.
Now, Bart, let me put it. I like what Bart's saying. There's an art to getting Facebook ads to work. Lots of folks waste money because they don't invest in ad expertise.
You got to have the person who understand your ad, understand copy, understand the design. There's a whole bunch of things that goes into it. And same with look for Barb, if it is how she does. There's the people who charge a bunch of money for Facebook ads and actually get people results. And there's some people who said, for free or will pay next month. I personally, I'm going with them because there's always these plus. I charge premium for my service. And so I don't have no problem with that because I know what I give people is good. I'm not asking, I understand the value of what I give. So it's not even an entanglement thing. I guess when you're buying to flip, it's a different story, right?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with what you just said. I just have a problem with people bumping up the price, doubling the price I shouldn't say for no reason. They're doing it for a reason. I think they're desperate or they're just criminal. Because I think if something is $30, manufactured retail price, and everybody's selling it between 27 and 33, and you sell it for 59, I have a problem with that. I don't think it's illegal, but I just don't like it.
We never know unless we're in the scene. We don't know what they're buying it for. We don't know if they're marketing it up. We don't know if they're add money in there. I don't know.
But I wouldn't trust them. You know what I mean? If I saw them with another ad showing another product, I wouldn't trust them.
It wasn't. Yeah. Well, the like and trust factor, right? Dictates how people buy, spend from you, and what have you. So
yeah.
When I came on, before I came on air, I saw it showing differently than regular. How is that possible? What are you doing different with StreamYard? As I wanted to ask.
What?
On Facebook, like when I was just an audience looking in,
mm-hmm.
it showed up differently than how StreamYard usually shows up.
I don't even how did it look? Because I don't even know.
It showed up, and at the side where it shows me everything, it wasn't doing that. It was just showing me people who is also showing lives at the bottom of yours. So
I have seen that. That might be something new with Facebook where so I click, like I get a notification, like Biz Chicks or whatever.
Yeah.
I just threw that in. Follow Biz Chicks. Karen is a member, and she's on Wednesdays talking about money. But anyway, if I click, then yes, you will see like the video here. And then beneath it, you'll see other live videos.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Then you have to click on the video that you want.
Yeah.
And so that you can actually technically join the audience.
Yeah, I was I think they live, and so that's why I come and click because I wasn't sure what was happening.
I think they do that to entice you to check out other live broadcasts. That's what I'm thinking. They figure because you might just check and just say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to watch that right now," and then you see at the bottom, "Oh, but so and so's on."
Yeah,
you click on that. Yeah,
true. Makes sense. You know what it is? When I'm live, I'm not checking, so I don't know what happens because I'm just live. So I'm thinking that's why I never notice if it has happened. Plus, I haven't been live in a while, other than on the district. I haven't been doing any lives myself. I've been busy doing some reconstruction behind the scene in my business. So
okay,
out and about and doing stuff. So.
I've been doing some reconstruction in my house. I paint
in my house.
I put in my kitchen floor. It's called a paper bag floor. Check out YouTube.
I know that floor.
Yeah, you take craft paper, you tear it up, ball it up, wet it, put it on the floor, put glue on top of it, and then you do that for your whole floor, and it ends up looking like a leather floor.
I know. When I first opened my cleaning business, a client called me. That's the kind of floor she had, and I was a bit nervous because I was like, God. And she went through the whole thing. She's explaining to me what have you. I was like,
Well, it's a beautiful, and it's so cheap. The paper's $12 at Lowe's. The glue, glue's different prices, but I bought the big jug for $15, and then polyurethane goes on top. That was the most expensive.
Yes, to seal it.
Yeah, like $40 or whatever, but yeah, well worth it. I painted my third bedroom a beautiful shade of coffee because the strawberry wasn't working.
But coffee, doesn't it make it dark? Do you like a dark room?
Well, not all. 2 of the walls are coffee, and then the other 2 walls are bright white. So it's like cafe au lait or something. I don't know. It's real pretty, but it's not. It's more like caramel.
Okay.
So it's not dark.
Not a dark coffee.
It's like rich.
Okay.
It's like rich. Yeah. And then I painted my bathroom teal. It's beautiful.
That's in my bathroom.
Okay. And then one of the walls is bright white. I had it all teal. Then I made the wall with the mirror bright white to reflect the light better. Yeah. So I'm trying to hook up the house, just one step at a time.
One step at a time. Just each project, just doing your project.
Because it took a whole week for me to, it took a week for me to do my kitchen floor. It took another week to do the third bedroom because my house isn't big enough for me to just clear the room. I don't have room for everything. So I just had to, move things around.
Room by room.
Yeah, so it took me a week to actually paint my third bedroom. But yeah. So if anybody else wants to join us, absolutely.
Okay, we just chit-chatting here.
Share some info. We can have up to 10 people here.
Oh, yeah.
Up to 10. They made it up to 10 now.
Because it used to be 6. I was just going to say 10. When did this happen?
Now it's as of this week. Another thing with StreamYard, you can actually go live via your iPad or your Samsung or your whatever device, iPhone or whatever. Oh. So yeah,
I've always just used the desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so question, is the screen sharing improved? Because it just
I think
tiny.
If I'm not mistaken, you can't screen share from your device. I'm not sure, but I don't think you can screen share. You can screen share when you're using your laptop or your desktop, yeah. But I think it doesn't quite work yet. I could be wrong. But but
what I'm asking is, even on a desktop, when you screen share, because I was doing a slide, but it was so tiny, like I had to go back and make the slides with just one big word. Share your screen and show me. Let's experiment a little bit since we're here. Chit-chat.
Let me just tell you though.
Yeah.
Barb often comes in and then she shows us her backyard, and so she'll share her screen, and then I click on the screen and then enlarge it, and so I disappear and it takes up the whole screen.
Okay.
You just have to click on the screen itself.
Okay.
When you're producing a show on StreamYard, there is a little, of course you can't see it because you're in the audience, but audience members, but there is a little icon that you can click. Like, for example,
they're down at the bottom there where you can see.
I can show you right now.
Show me. We're here.
Boom. See, it's just you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were sharing your screen, then yeah. Boom. Now it's the two of us, and then I can do this with a Bull City skyline in the background.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you on Friday or all 7 days of the week back?
Monday through Friday, I do Bull City Hangout at noon.
Okay.
Saturdays, 10 o'clock. And I do it earlier on Saturdays because it's so hot. People want to get up and out before noon. And then on Sundays, I take the day off, although I have done shows on Sundays. It's just that everything is slowed down due to we're still in quarantine pretty much. But when things get busier and things open up, yeah, I'll be doing a show on Sundays, probably also at 10 o'clock.
So are you essentially taking, when things open back up and people start back doing ads with you, are you going to be talking about their ad online like this? That's the idea too?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Barb.
Howdy. I'm again so sorry I can't come on cam yet.
Okay. No problem. How's your puppy? Your puppy, you took him in today.
My son took him in because of the COVID thing. I can't do that.
Oh, right.
And so, and he's back, because he's going to college the virtual route, obviously.
Smart. Okay.
And so, he's really intense with his studies right now. But I just came in. I got to walk Lady and take care of her, and I finally just came in and sat down. And I appreciate so much you catching what Facebook did when I was on my phone.
Oh, she had an amusing typo on one of her posts.
I had nothing to do with that typo, but that was so funny.
It happens.
Yeah, thank heavens you got it.
That's why whenever I enter even a comment, I very careful, I double check my, because the auto, what did you call it? Autocorrect?
Autocorrect.
It's more than that. That's that AI thing. So they fill it in, if you watch it, because they'll guess your word and everything, and you don't, and you really have to watch them, and especially tagging people and stuff. They'll tag the wrong people because they want to fill it in,
That's happened too.
So it's major frustrating.
Yeah.
But I'm the cow situation. Remember on your show how
Oh,
we were
your dog
talking about the
herding the cows.
well, but you saw the cow. Remember we were talking and the cows came by. So they got that, and it turned out that the homeowners association had to pay for the fencing for that. Can you believe it?
That means you had to pitch in too then.
Right, instead of it being BLM, and that blew me away that the homeowners association would be liable for that. I
thought it'd be the owner of the cows.
Well, they or them, yeah, but they
it should have been halvesies.
Well, but they contract space from BLM, so the BLM, they pay the BLM to give them so much land to graze their cattle on.
I know so you're not talking about Black Lives Matter. What is BLM?
Oh, the Bureau of Land Management.
Oh.
I'm sorry. That's been around for
okay, gotcha.
A couple hundred years or whatever. Oh, geez. That's another one of those.
Wow, that's really a far-reaching organization.
No, but the Bureau of Land Management, they handle all of our forest lands and stuff here in the USA. So
that's cool.
So
here is the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah. It's all part of BLM.
Okay.
It's in our, Far be it from me to go through American history at this point. It's been so messed up.
I understand.
Lately, who knows? But you would think because the government is getting money for the rancher or farmer to use the land, that they would be responsible for keeping that land fenced properly.
Yeah.
Because it's just like when you move in a home or whatever, you expect it to be everything working and in place, and then you go forward from there. But that didn't happen. So
I got you.
So be it. But
I got you.
I'm excited to be, I think, in the group of mine that you're in, that I told you about the Udemy instructor, who's one of the most successful instructors on that platform.
Okay.
And helping him with his groups at the moment and trying to get some things squared away there. So
it seems like Coach Karen, seems like you should have something on Udemy since you're a coach, right?
I've thought about it. I just never did.
Well, I think if I can, Karen, I would encourage you. I've been researching it since 2014, and I would highly encourage you, even if you use Teachable, any other platform, as part of your business model, of course, is instruction and to instruct online. The reason why all of the coaches, all of the instructors really need to be on Udemy is Udemy has spent millions and millions of dollars for the advertising to replacement on Google and all of the on Facebook and all of that. So if you're there, you can have your other as well, but you use it as a marketing tool to get other and clients. But here's what he did. We connected early on, and he was someone I knew from the traditional broadcasting industry who had an extremely successful career, and also at the towards the senior end level of that, he's in his 50s, and at the later years he was doing coaching and teaching of that in the traditional model, and he went online and just used, because you and I both know the traditional broadcast side, he used all of that video footage and so forth, and that's how he started on Udemy. And I wanted the content to share with the knowledge to share with people, so that was fine with me. But the geeky side of me said, there's something about this platform that there's a better way to do this to really capitalize on it. And we got to chatting about it, and he broke the code. And
Hmm.
I'm telling you that, I mean, because he had a standing YouTube channel that was very successful, and
Okay.
he had well over 100,000 students at that point. And before he
That's a
started
lot.
experimenting, before he started this experiment, which was only about 18 months ago when he started it. And he has almost 900,000 students now.
Oh my
So
God.
in 18 months.
And they're all
So,
paying?
oh yeah, but see, if they only pay, because what in the broad sense in the world, all of us who are coaches and teachers, oh, don't go to Udemy. They never sell at your full price. They're always selling it for $10, $15. It's not about, I mean, you pay for every
Times
client you get.
900,000?
But take at $10 at 900,000, he's
Shoot.
making bank big
For
time.
real.
And
That's
so
how it is.
and so
Little dribbles.
I've watched at Work Ladies, and I worked with another young man who did the same thing, and I just, you know how I do, Patricia. I just,
Study.
Well, I studied, and I said, did you try this? And so they did. And he did the same thing, because it had to do, the geeky side of me said, give them little bits, make your videos short, and do many more of them, but they've all got to be keyword sensitive, because it's computer to computer that we're delivering this information.
How long are the classes usually?
So, here's another good thing about Udemy, and for us as coaches and teachers. But here's the student talking now. As a student, you get lifetime access to the courses you buy. Now, he could have published a new course on the same topic and started out at the beginning. But if you do that, the geeky side over here, the algorithm side of that says it's a new course, there's only 10 students, right?
Oh.
The old course could have had 100,000 students.
Oh, shoot.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, logically.
So you don't want to start all over then.
So you don't, but you can rename your course. You can leave it with the same name with a new edition. And here's what I got.
That's clever.
I have my diploma, my certificate of completion is for 11 hours of training 1 year ago on the course I took. And now that same course is 28 lessons. So, the whole thing, it has to do with embracing the technology, using the technology to complement what you're doing. And also, he chose, because it's not, now he's really big on TikTok. And of course, and the major audience there is a younger audience on TikTok. And so the younger audiences have a very, very short attention span.
Not surprised.
I mean, we all know that. And so, and it's like how to get them to pay attention and for it to stick. And so the video lessons are each very short, 1 point in each lesson. And just...
What, like 10 minutes?
Oh, not even. 3 minutes. They're 1 to 4 minutes.
Oh my God. What can you teach in 1 minute?
It is amazing. I love, and the way that I take the classes, I'll just tell you, because I'm one of those who actually completes the courses. I could do probably a 2-hour video just doing slideshows of my certificates, because it's hundreds that I've completed. But different instructors, different styles, but you can up the speed of the voice. So you can listen at 1-to-1, or you can go all the way up.
A lot of people do that on YouTube,
And so his voice, I set at 1.75 and just and go through it that way. So it still takes time, and he has all kinds of extra things that he adds to it.
That sounds
PDF
good, though.
files and that. But that's where Coach Karen, I mean, it's just like the PDF and your lead generation things. You can add those for free in there, but it gives all your, because another complaint that the instructors have is like, well, I can't market to them directly. I don't get their email address directly. They're
Oh, you
Udemy's
don't.
customer, right? To begin with.
Oh.
So you bring them out. And you do that through your PDF documents. Can have your
okay.
website, your email.
Direct them to your website.
But the good side to that is even better, because you don't have to pay for the extra marketing. Are they really interested? Do they want me? If they're looking at that document and they're picking that up, they want you. So you have that. You've already crossed that threshold, overcome objections, and they're ready to do something.
So, Karen, what would you do with that?
Because I have a couple of small courses, I did give it some thought. I had a couple of courses also written already. I've got free courses too. So in my head, a YouTuber had talked about Udemy. Even though he got kicked off, he was saying how great it was for the same reasons Barb just mentioned. I don't know what he did. He wouldn't talk about what he messed up. But anyway, he's a gamer. And so, gamers think differently. But he's also an entrepreneur and a coach. So he uses Udemy. He used to anyway. I think he's over at Skillshare now or somewhere else. But
okay. Because I don't know how I would use it. The only thing...
Well, because I have an academy, beside my coaching, I do have an academy where all my courses are about to go live. It's redoing that.
Oh, well, that's cool. You could have one version on Udemy then.
Yeah.
And
as Barb is speaking, my brain, right? As Barb is speaking, my brain is like, oh.
I see you thinking.
I could take that one. I'm quiet because I'm thinking what I could take. And
well, even if you only do, okay, so they do have they've changed their free policy. But you can have a very short version of a course, but that's really your lead generation. That you get for free there as well.
Is that like a sample?
Yeah. But yeah, I would suggest, Coach Karen, just go over there and spend a little time, because
that's what I'll do.
Yeah, because any coach, any instructor, anyone like a retired teacher, great. And see, I haven't had the time to go. I have courses on my computers that I've never uploaded because I could never get to the finish line with all of the drama in my personal life. I just could not focus.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a matter of having... Patricia knows, she's been part of my story since 2014 or 15
at least,
and she knows what I've been through. But I'm finally at a stage where I think, this gentleman who has the 900,000, he actually offered for me helping him. One, he said, we can collaborate on doing the course on the Facebook groups of what you do as your specialty. And because it's not just another Facebook groups course. This is, for instructors, it's really going beyond the monetizing, but about developing online community. So that, like me, you have people who come along with you for 40 years. That's what you really want. So, so you don't have to advertise, and you don't, it's just a matter, it's a relationship. It's not just business, it's personal.
Well, let us know if you do that, and Coach Karen, let us know if you do that.
Yeah, definitely go check it out. I have in the past, but that's years ago. So it's nice to go have a look and see what's what and to see what possible.
I have never checked it out. In fact, I'll check it out. I want to see if there's any media people on there. I don't mean social media. I mean journalists.
No, there is.
That's exactly what he was. I mentioned his name in the group and stuff, and I don't want to mention it.
Oh yeah.
But
you just said broadcast.
Yeah, but I have it in there for you. And in fact, I think today's the last day that one thing is on sale. But what for you girls, for the benefit of us watching here today, is breaking the code and doing it a specific way so that you can have the optimum opportunity to have success on the platform very quickly and carry through long term.
And Dr. Tachi is also well, she's an actual college instructor.
That's what I'm talking about. Those are the people.
So I don't know if she
Anybody who
has
is
anything to do
born
to
to
me.
educate should be there.
Yeah.
Just the segue to, ultimately you want to drive them to your own platform. The consensus is teachable is the underlying, is number one as far as the independents go. But there's also, from Kajabi, is the other big one
I'll write
that
that down. I've heard of Udemy.
but
What's
those
the
are for
job?
yourself. But you start putting money into it when you do that, quite a bit for that engine to give you that all of the benefits that you would have as a student, like what you do see on Udemy. So you really have to, it's like, what part of my business is this going to play?
You do, Tachi.
So.
Yeah, Tachi says that she needs to have her own courses because she is an instructor of, if I'm not mistaken, journalism, and I believe videography. I'm not sure. I know she's a videographer, but yeah, I would definitely check that out. In fact, Tachi and Curtis have been giving away wonderful information on Facebook regarding live streaming. Stephen Healy also, he does, what's it called? Live stream. Oh, shoot. Yeah, livestreamsomething.net. I can't remember. But anyway, Stephen Healy does the live streaming pros.
Livevideotraining.net, I think is what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I think there's room out there for everybody.
Plenty. But it is about how to develop your tribe that's going to be a loyal tribe coming back year and year and again and again. And it's like the other big discovery was, we so often think, like, we're in the United States, that the internet is global.
Oh, yeah.
And what is the educational market opportunity? That is, you're getting people from other countries who really want to learn English as a second language, learn all about everything that we do in here in the States. And you'll find very quickly Udemy has gone into those countries. I did that research and established the credibility to where they've gotten all kinds of cooperation. So your audience, and believe it or not, in the foreign countries, they're more likely to pay your full price, take it, not wait for a sale, but to actually buy from the foreign countries at the full price.
Sure. And I've always believed that people should think in terms of tiers, because very often, depending on the topic, sometimes I relate better to lessons aimed at what they call third world countries because of my financial situation in the past. Very often I have run into courses or just coaches or whatever for the United States who assume we all have money. And I don't relate to that. Sometimes I just can't deal with what they're selling or talking about. And very often I will attend courses or meetings or whatever aimed at people from different countries who obviously speak English, because they are thinking like me of super low cost ways of doing something. People, sometimes Americans or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, just get the Rode mic, 147 or whatever. And I'm like, man, that's $300. You kidding me? And very often,
get what you need to get the job done.
Yes, but I learned from my dad this. My dad took the most beautiful pictures. He never had a top of the line camera, but he taught me, and he implemented these skills where he would wait for his shot. He would stand out there and I would do the same. People were like, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting for my shot.
Mhm.
Just bear with me. And I'm sitting there with my camera, and I know the shot that I want. And when I see it, boom. But no, my dad never had a professional camera, but his pictures were the best in the world because he had patience. He knew how to compose a shot and when to shoot it. And when I'm talking with people like me who might not have a lot of money, we're talking about not necessarily cheap, but low cost ways of doing the same quality work. You can't always, I mean, apple is apple, road is road. I know top
Right.
quality is top quality, but you can always do the same work in a competent, efficient, low cost manner and still do a good job. Like, okay, for example, my friend Fred, I have a friend in Chicago. Fred is a TV, I guess producer is the word. There was a series on PBS called The 90s, where independent videographers did segments of, documentary style videos, and they'd all be compiled according to a certain topic on this international show called The 90s. The guys who were dealing with the music, some of the guys, most of them were white. Fred was the only African American producer. So he actually was using my music, which was produced at my house on a 4-track cassette recorder, mixed down to a high quality, but still a cassette. Fred was able to take that and make it sound just as good as the studio productions that the white guys were using with their video production. So, and Tachi is saying that's why she and Curtis, you put it on the screen there, give different price levels for equipment. I applaud you for that because, like I said, you don't necessarily need top of the line. It's nice to be able to afford it. And I mean, I use Macintosh. I have an iPhone now, so I'm doing better. But you don't have to have the top of the line stuff to do your work. And I think coaches and teachers need to take that into consideration when they're teaching these courses. That not everybody's going to be able to run out and buy something for $1,000.
And that's another, I think that's a lot of coaches and that held them back from going on Udemy is they thought they had to have the latest and greatest stuff to make it happen. And not putting the priority there is like they don't have time, they're doing okay where they are. But the reality is, he does, my friend, one take, he just goes into a room and in one take does all of this and and uploads it very quickly. And it's when you get in the routine of doing it every day, it looks professional, but it's quite adequate. I mean, he's doing direct from his phone, straight, no big setup or anything. So it's it's start where you are. And
Definitely.
Definitely.
I
You're
hate
right, Patchy. That's why everything I do, every course I teach, I do a free set. I do the ones that's right here, right under that, and then I move up because I want everybody to get a chance to be able to consume. I mean, I started on Blog, which means I give a lot for free. I mean, lots of things if you ever took it, even though this Chicks every Wednesday, if you took anything that I teach there on a regular and you wanted to use it, you could use it. I don't give things halfway. I give the full enchilada, whatever I'm teaching on, whatever subject I'm, focusing on, and people can really take it and use it. Sometimes people don't think that they could. That's the other part. You have to understand that sometimes people don't think what you're giving them is useful
until they use it and it works.
and then they're shocked. They're shocked that you're telling them, here, you can set up this business doing bam, bam, bam with this we have, and they're like, could I? Well, go try it and see if you can.
I like the idea of starting where you are because to me, if you're waiting until you can afford something, my thing is just get your face out there.
I never wait for anything.
My first shows were technically absolutely horrendous. But why was I? I mean, I couldn't afford an iPhone until a couple years ago. Should I have waited 5 years to get a top of the line phone? Of course not. Now you just start where you are, you know. If that means you're doing stuff with like hand. Let me show you something that I'll be right back. I'm going to show you something.
Yep. See what Tachi has here. Also, think about a cost per use. If you're going to make it back, it could be worth it. Oh, it will be. It will be worth it. I tell people all my businesses I've started with what I had in my hand, and then I move it into what it, turned out to be, which is usually awesomeness.
Now, I'm going to take up the whole screen to show you this. So excuse me for 1 second.
Wait. There you go.
Okay. This is a harness for a camera, for a video camera. Put on your shoulders. Put on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Put the camera there. It's beautiful. This only cost a couple of dollars because I'm a PVC toy maker anyway.
Yes.
So I was like, these things, I see these things going for a couple $100. It works perfectly. This is the correct mount for the camera. Everything else, this is pool noodles, Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. These are PVC pipe. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you put on the shoulders and it's beautiful. I've done some beautiful work with it. So, and people look, they're like, oh, that's clever. Somebody else might look and say, oh, that's so unprofessional. But you know what? I'm not out here trying to impress people. I'm trying to get my work done.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing. If you spend your time looking at people, they're going to condemn you on any and every single thing. Like, you can be in business and spending your time thinking about what people are going to say about you.
Oh, I would go to the press conferences in Chicago when I was first getting started, and I was still living there. Sometimes the Tribune guys and the big boys with their big fancy camera, they look at me with I had started out with an Olympus camera, okay. And they would look at me. They'd be like, "Nice camera," and I'm like, "Okay, big boy, that's all right." But who's laughing now? They all got laid off. It's not funny. It's not funny. But the Chicago Sun-Times photographers were all let go. Them and their fancy cameras. And I'm not laughing at them because I think it's absolutely horrendous, actually. But my thing is, don't take things for granted and don't look down your nose at someone doing your job for cheaper. Plus I own my own publication. Sure, I'm not making $1 million, but I answer to myself and God, of course. And Cookie, my sister. But besides that, you know what I'm saying? You do your thing with what you can afford, and you just let your bravado, your knowledge, and your experience take you as far as you can take it. You don't need to get all the degrees. I do have a college degree, but you don't need a degree for everything. You don't need fancy equipment for everything. And if you're clever, you can make your own devices and learn how to use low-cost devices to the best advantage. So that's what I'm saying. Let me put this thing back because it's about to fall on the floor. Right back.
Okay. Anything and everything that you want to do in this world, you can do. Some things are going to take longer than others, but you can do it. So if you're setting out to become a millionaire, it's doable. Just give yourself the time that you need and sit down and line up what it is you want to do to earn that money and what you're going to do with it. And then you go about your business earning that money. And do whatever you want to do with it because it's doable. You just have to set your mind to it and it'll happen.
Exactly. You just start where you are and just actually the cool thing is ever since I was a little kid, I loved to watch newsmakers. I didn't know I was going to have my own publication until they invented the laptop, small format computer, personal computer. But I always studied the news anchors and the reporters, and I'd loved I was that geek in the back seat on the bus in high school where all the kids were throwing milk cartons at each other. I'm in the back seat reading the Chicago Today newspaper, and I had no idea I was going to go into the business. I had no idea that one person could do so.
But you're being nosy. That's why you were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Every kid knows, even when they don't think they know. It's there, it's happening. The process starts. And
Mm-hmm.
you might negotiate your way around it, above it, underneath, but it's right there. And if you stay, you start understanding, you'll see where you meet. Like, I had to be a businesswoman. It didn't matter what I did. Like, it was just
Mm-hmm.
there. It was going to happen.
Yeah.
Everything that I look back upon, I was going to be a businesswoman.
All
Being a coach,
right.
I knew it because of when I look back and see all that I have done, it would lead me right here. It didn't matter what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm standing, where I'm sitting is where I'm supposed to be because everything just lined itself up and moved me slowly back to where I need to be and position myself. I've been doing this for years without calling it a coach. I've been out
Mm-hmm.
there helping to people, always showing people how to make money, save money, put money somewhere, grow their money. Just always it's just a gift, just in me to
Mm-hmm.
do and learn. And did I mean I lost a lot of money? Of course. People stole
Yeah.
from me, of course.
Oh
But
no.
those things had never let me. I feel bad at the time. I'm upset. Who love losing money? Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's taken away from you or got stolen from you in big chunks, it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
get back up from. But it's one of those things because it's just part of who I am. It's gonna happen.
And
And
I love listening to Barb because Barb is OG when it comes to computers and that world. Because Barb, you go way. I'm not trying to.
Yes,
You know,
I'm very
yeah.
OG.
Yeah. No. I mean,
It's-
yeah.
That stands for old girl, right? No, I'm not.
I mean, you remember the bulletin boards.
I don't. And I helped develop them.
See?
That's not. Yeah. My
Wow.
first encounter really was 1989 and working with the BBSs.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that goes
And
way back then.
actually, when you go back to 80 to 1981, I think it is that I have to look and see how old the Apple computer is. But when I was with
It was
EF
unveiled in 1985, I think.
85,
With that famous Super Bowl commercial.
no, no, this is older than that. At any point,
Oh
yeah,
no,
I was with
it was
EF
before
Hutton.
then. It was before
It was
then.
way before them because
But that
the
was their famous
reason
commercial, though. It was 85.
the reason it sticks in my mind is because I was working for EF Hutton, and a programmer had developed a program for the Apple, and he wanted to get all of the brokers in all of our offices cued in on this program, and so we needed to have a way to communicate that was faster and confidential and so forth. And so we used the BBS system.
Did you know that I used to work at this company called Sargent and Lundy? It was an engineering firm in Chicago. I was a proofreader, and then I moved up to editor and a liaison with the graphic artists and the editors, proofreaders. And because of my familiarity with the art department, they let me see it was the prototype computer. It was the first, what's that word, GUI, G-U-I, graphics? What's that, graphics something interface?
User interface, yeah.
User. Anyway, what Macintosh is famous for. So we got to get the prototype. Our firm was one of the prototype sites for the first GUI, which was not Apple, it was Xerox. And
those were the days.
Yeah, and that was, they didn't let me touch it, but they let me see the possibilities. So, of course, soon after that, we all got laid off because of 3 Mile Island and the whole nuclear thing, yeah.
Boy, we've lived through a lot, haven't we?
The first thing I did after getting laid off, after regained my footing financially, I bought a computer. So I was the first person I knew with a computer, 1989. That's not too bad. 1989. So that was very exciting times. because not too many people had computers. I had to find my way. But I knew that I could see the, number one, I saw the potential. And then number two, I could see that it was going to take over once it got popular. So I got kind of an early start in '89. I still have an ancient a PowerBook G3 from the early '90s or whatever. I still have that. So yeah. So my thing is grab. When you notice, and Coach Karen, you were talking about this on another day that you're visiting here, that spot the opportunities and don't let them get by you. Even if you don't jump on it, at least write it down.
True.
And that's true for the jobs. In fact, one of the classes that I was mentioning today, Durham Tech Small Business Program, one of the classes that they're holding today is how to start a home-based business. And that's perfect, isn't it? We have to stay home anyway.
They've been offering those things, I think, in every country, in every state, how to start a home business. And I always laugh because I attend quite a few of them. And when you get there, I think that the disappointing thing is, anyway, for here, the workload that they give people to do the research and stuff, I think if you're not a go-getter, most people don't do it because it's just so much. And at home, somebody who's working from home don't need all of that right away. They need it gradually. And I think they just get overwhelmed with the amount of information that they get right up front.
Well, one thing that's frustrating, it's good, but it's bad. Coming from Chicago, of course, there's lots of bakers, shops where you can get fancy cakes and whatnot. But here in Durham, I can't think of one baking shop. They're all entrepreneurs, So when you want a fancy cake, you just go on Facebook. And they'll say, oh, yeah, call Mr. Oliver, yeah, he'll hook you up. And I'm like, that's cool, except if you don't know who's who, you can't discover them. It's harder to discover them. But I would say all the top bakers in the area, here in Durham at least, are working inside their homes. And I think, like I said, it's good and bad. It's good for those of us who are in the know, but bad if you don't know who to ask. So,
well kept secret.
But I think that's where the Facebook ads come into play. And Barb, if you know about Facebook ads, I might want to ask you a couple of questions later on.
I have never paid for a Facebook ad.
Oh.
And I'm not an expert because as I share with you about my story in building, if you really, from the very beginning, it's all about relationships, remember, from way back. I mean, that's what my course is going to be on, because I've never paid for an ad. I've not needed to. Why do you pay for an ad? Because you need those sales. And so that may change with what I'm doing now, because one of the things that I have on my goal list for 2021 is to do a transformational retreat, two of them, one in Central Oregon and one in New Mexico during the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta week.
Okay.
So I want to try it because those are both places that I spend most of my time.
Makes sense.
And launch that in 2021. Well, that's a new thing for me.
And
I basically, and my target market is a lot from where I am in life right now is more age specific and more women, quite frankly. So
I probably fit in that category. You said age specific. I assume you mean people of a certain age.
I'm going to have some help. And so it does depend, because it's a matter, I consider myself a master networker in life. And so it does depend, just like in working, whether I'm volunteering my time, contracting my time, working on the projects that I'm currently on, I'm thinking about it, thinking about those connections. And how if there's possibility in rolling them over. And that's just part of the my personal connection strategy,
Mhm.
how I've rolled for over 40 years.
Wow, 30 years.
But that's
That's awesome.
because life is all about relationships.
Mhm.
And when we go back hundreds of years and you look at, just even how the pioneers got from the east to the west, and you would
Mhm.
head out in the covered wagons, and you didn't know when you came upon another wagon whether they were friendlies or not.
Mhm.
They're going to be someone. And so that's the know, like, and trust factor we were building way back hundreds of
Mhm.
years ago. But it's, our mindset, things that now people are clamoring for more information on how to have a better mindset, and how to take care of the mental side of their lives.
Mhm.
We just did that, as
Yeah.
in.
Well, one thing I know people are doing, they're setting themselves aside, from their competitors with branding, marketing. In the early days of, I guess, USA, with people struggling, being homeless and whatnot, and a lot of people were illiterate. They would draw a cat. If your house had a cat in front of it, that meant, oh, this person is nice and will help us.
Mhm. But
Um,
think about
so
just that.
you want to do that online as well.
Because
With
if
your
people love
marketing, your
animals,
branding.
this think about, and it pet, and not necessarily a cat even, but just
Mhm.
like my puppies. Yesterday, you meet people automatically who are drawn to that, but it's about the responsibility and mindset. It goes beyond the person,
Mhm.
those connections. And I had a profound connection yesterday. I'm just super excited about, because it turned out, uh, just a wonderful, just one of those wonderful moments in life. It's like, how did this happen? And I'm a faith-based person, and I had
Mhm.
been praying at length about my situation, and it turned out that my corgi was the magnet. I
Oh.
was walking my corgi, and the lady came. She goes, "Oh, I want a corgi so bad. What a beautiful thing!" And lady, just, of course, she had no idea. She was just
Mhm.
being lady, and
Mhm.
but she was being so attractive that the woman just wanted to pet her, and ends up unfolding with her story, and turns out that we had so much in common.
Mhm.
And so, again, it's,
You made a friend.
pet had not been there, had the
Mhm.
pet not been there, because we're also in COVID time,
We would have nodded to each other, and that's it.
right? And you wouldn't get too close. But
Mhm.
the pet kept the distance.
Mhm.
She was wanting the pet,
Mhm.
but the relationship opened up as a result of the pet being there.
That's nice. That's real
So
nice.
um, they have a lot to do with the
Mhm.
holy magic of the whole equation. So,
Nice. Well, I am looking forward to both of you dropping in again whenever you like.
fun.
Open invitation, and
All right.
Don't forget to watch Mediascope. That's Tachi's show. Just go to Mediascope at 6:30 Eastern on Facebook. Also, it's on Periscope, LinkedIn.
Is that daily?
It's on Wednesdays, every
Okay.
Wednesday.
All right.
Also, WJMS Online. That's online radio.
Mhm.
And it's the top news, social media, and pop culture. It's hilarious and it's fun, and it's with a friend and my friend too, Curtis. He's from Chicago originally. I think he lives in Texas, and Tashi lives in Florida. I love this online stuff. I love how you can just talk to people just all over the place. Karen, you are in Toronto. Barb, you're in Oregon. I'm in Durham, North Carolina. I mean, this is just wild.
So beautiful. It's so beautiful. I mean, from the time I really started online, but Periscope is what pushed me to actually show my face,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
start chatting. And then
Love
allowed to
Periscope.
open up the door, fire talk, and then
Mhm,
we move into Facebook, Zoom, Blue.
Oh, the StreamYard.
Yes,
Listen,
and that
well,
StreamYard,
StreamYard
like,
now.
yeah, you know, it was a journey. It's still a journey, and I'm just enjoying every moment of it. So,
I love it. And I could think back when I was a little kid, we would be in Chicago calling the grand folks here in Durham and gathering around the phone and quickly passing it from one kid
you're
to
right,
the other because long distance. Ooh,
yes,
because it was
you
so
can't talk too
expensive.
long because
So give me your phone. Hurry up. And now we have talked for what, an hour and 25 international
yes,
here in Canada,
all good.
all for free.
Yes.
It's hard to believe. I really wish that my grandparents, I would have loved to have been able to visit my grandparents via the internet like this, and other relatives that are, that have gone on. But I do hope that the kids of today realize how cool this is. They probably take it for granted.
They do because
It's not a big deal.
they don't understand the other part you're talking about because this is what they know, right? It's not a big deal to them. It's really not a big deal. Or
Yeah,
my
this
kids would say,
this called
sometimes they'll say,
granddad.
"You're too, Mom. Why are you doing this?" Like I haven't done any much with it, but I have my YouTube channel, and I'm
Mm,
all there because I haven't done much with it yet. And my son said, "Why do you want a YouTube channel, Mom?" I'm like, "Why not?
mm, indeed,
Why not? Then we'll talk."
exactly.
Well, really, I think when we get, especially from 40 up, I would say
Mhm,
that leaving a legacy, a positive legacy,
mm,
becomes more important to us and to us as individuals as we're here.
mhm,
And so it's like if I could, and where I'm going with that is if I could tell my children, if they would just remember. And so
mm,
even if it's only for your own family, um, you know, why are you doing that, Mom? I'm doing that for you because I love
mm,
you.
mm.
So that's the most important thing.
There you go. And with
All right,
that,
ladies. So
have
nice
a
chatting with you.
very fun
Yeah.
as always. And thanks for
Lovely.
watching,
Take
Tachi. I'll be sure to
care.
tune in, Mediascope tonight.
Nice
So
meeting you, Barb.
that was fun. So see you later,
Yes.
Barb, and see you later,
Yes.
Karen, as well.
Yes. Bye, Pat. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Bye.
Take care. All right, that was fun. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to go back to work. It's a strange word to use, but yes, I'm going to go back to working on the Durham Skywriter, updating it, and actually, wait a minute. That is tonight, right? The Ignite Online Academy information session is this evening at 5:30. I'm definitely going to attend that. That is for the parents who want to enroll their kids K-8 in online learning as opposed to going in person. So anyway, we have a beautiful day. It's going up to 91. It's going up to 91 tomorrow as well. So hot. If you're in my age group, age 60 and up, be sure if you need a fan, stop by the Durham Center for Senior Life tomorrow at 10:30. Get your fan. See you tomorrow. Ciao for now.